Hi, this is author-philosopher Ronald E. Springer of EthicsUnderground.com here to continue the reading of Moral Armor, Chapter 9, Part 5, The Submission-Domination Axis. Please hit like and subscribe before we dive in. 100,000 lemmings can't be wrong. Graffito. For the dominant and the subservient, all life begins with submission. It's the gauntlet through which all fear-driven are born. His first experience is submission to physical existence, an enemy offering no alternative, to whom he ascribes the power of a malevolent consciousness bent against him. His aspiration is to assume the dominant role, and in defiance, trounce on existence in turn. Being an internal conflict, the anticipation-driven can grow right alongside and never realize this struggle exists. As cognition is the first to go, next is civility. Spirit murderers derive their societal structure according to a wolf pack hierarchy, whose attributes stem from physical violence. Violence and threats are only one side of the psychological coin, however. The other side never got that far, and is still submissive. Sharks and sharkbait need each other. The dominant needs someone to dominate. Irrational dominance by its nature is parasitical. It doesn't work without victims. Knowing only the pattern of submission, fearing to face nature when no structured force exists for them to submit to, the submissive can't be alone either. It is a mutual dependency. Their views of existence and of their own individual potentials are alike, powerless. One side fakes reality, takes no constructive action, and submits feeling no potency. The other side fakes reality, takes no constructive action, and lashes out, drawing on a single potency, the power to destroy. Both are limited to the same physical capacity, but one exercises it, while the other will react only when cornered. Differing only by degrees of passive-aggressive certainty derived from their own physical strength relative to others, were they to reverse roles, the result would be the same. Both have given in, submitted to the same error, and have assumed their sub-level places. They are simply two impotent sides of the same intellectual passivity, the patsy and the killer, the squasher and the squashed, the dominant and the submissive. The submissive is impotent in body, so his path to freedom and esteem is imagination. The dominant permits the unreality of the submissive, as it is that unreality which honors and does not challenge his dominance. They team up, as in your premise is my power. Abandoning reason is their tie, being self-restrained to the level of perceptions without regard for their causative factors. They believe there is no alternative to force and docility, that it is an axiomatic relationship, an unavoidable means of interrelation. They cannot conceive of any other means because they cannot conceive independently. The act of claiming faith as their substitute for thought leaves the connections of logic outside their power. In true submission-domination form, wishing and force comprise the two extremes along the scale of intellectual impotence. One acts, one doesn't. Neither thinks. Neither is willing to be held to rationality and a civil order. Both are permitted by the other, the freedom to destroy all logical discipline. When reason is dropped, its void is always filled by variations of the submission-domination axis and the resulting inertias of mass default. All spirit murderers can be subdivided along the submission and domination axis. In dropping reason, the majority of their cognitive makeup comes from others. They do something I call premise hijacking, where even their professed desires are not their own. They are hijacked from others, believed to be pre-thought through and pre-valued, prepackaged for desire and acceptability by the moral appraisal of those hijacked. They struggle to keep up with the Joneses, hitchhiking on the motion of their trends. From queen of the homeless to high society, they try to impress, focused on what they think others expect of them, posing throughout life to derive their own stature. They praise with the crowd and damn with the crowd. They don't think. As soon as someone stronger takes a position, they storm to that side. Having lacked an argument for choosing, no argument can sway them. Relativism determines their resistance to oppression. How others react determines their rebellion or acceptance, and gives shape to mass movements and other forms of hysteria, lynch mobs, riots, and manias, all of mindless intentions and violent ends. In the irrationally dominant's mind, stealing is self-restitution. In the submissive's mind, alms is self-restitution. The premise of mob rule, the combination of stealing and alms and altruist communism, of all chained to all as an ideal, is its worst outgrowth. That's all for now. Next up is the irrationally dominant. I split these videos up by subject so you'd have a better chance of finding moral armor, and then perhaps go through the whole thing for free. Why? To help create a leader in every life. Sound civilization stair-steps up from sound coherence to sound individual, to productive groups of mature individuals. Self-hatred drives fear-driven people in our world to wipe out the individual, so we all need moral armor to protect ourselves and the future of mankind. Click subscribe and leave a thumbs up if you'd like to help wipe out moral confusion fast and make the world a better place.